Emotional a period of time this is for you as we celebrate the 75th anniversary of Jackie Robinson and you being the first black manager of the Dodgers.
It's emotional when I let my mind go there. Obviously, to have David here today, knowing that there's going to be 42 jerseys all over the ballpark, and everyone in baseball is going to be wearing blue jerseys with the number 42. It's special. It makes me think about my father, even more so today, and how far we've come, how far we still need to go. But I just applaud baseball for kind of the consistent messaging on racial equality and what Jackie Robinson stood for. So it was great having our players and staff out there at the statue, and it just speaks to our guys understand that baseball, it's bigger than us individually. And so we all have a platform, an opportunity, a responsibility, as David said today, which is great.
Has that perspective evolved for you over the years? Because I know when you signed your extension, you talked about how much using your voice has sort of been something you've been doing more in recent years, maybe than when you first got the job.
Yeah, I think that it's not something certainly that I signed up to have a platform to speak about other things outside of baseball. But I think as all things evolve, I've just seen more and more that people that have platforms that aren't speaking about the right things, and way too much kind of negativity and speaking about the wrong things. So I felt that, if I have an opportunity or a platform to speak about things that I believe in that are right and treating people fairly, then why wouldn't I take advantage of that? Because I do encourage my players to speak up about things that they believe in. And so I have to, stay true to my words and my advice to them as well.
David, at the beginning of spring training, you talked to your players about the importance of the history of this organization. And when you think of what Branch Rickey did, how much do you think about, I'm part of that legacy?
I think about it all the time. I drive up Vince Scully Avenue, and I look at this beautiful ballpark, and I think about how fortunate I am. The Dodgers is very unique I would say it's unique to any organization in sports, to how they impacted the country, the world, sports, outside of sports, all industries, and being trailblazers in a lot of different senses as far as races. So I do think that I take it as a huge responsibility to talk about it and let our players know how fortunate they are to be wearing this uniform.
Doc, David talked about all the work that is still needed as a society, as a nation to accomplish. Do you think baseball as an industry has been able to break that color barrier?
Well, I do think we've broken the color barrier. I think we've broken the color barrier. We've gone outside of the U.S. We've gone east, west, south, north. But I think that we still need to do better. And I think more specifically to black kids on the field, in the front offices, in my chair, women getting opportunities. I think that we're moving the needle. But all races, I think that we need to continue to challenge each other. There should be no status quo. So how we get there, there's a lot of, got to keep talking about it, but keep being about it too. But David's right. There's a lot of work to be done.
Does it feel like this day has become as much about things to do moving forward and progress to make as it is reflecting on Jackie and kind of the history of the sport?
You know what? I think that's fair, Jack. But I will say, and even what David said, is Jackie was all about looking out and looking forward. So to appreciate how far we've come is certainly fair, but more importantly is where we need to go, and that's what kind of pushes and challenges all of us to keep getting better and to make change. So I do think that, yeah, not diminishing what Jackie did, but I still appreciate, Jackie was one of the most humble and unselfish guys, from talking to family members and teammates of his, And so what he did was incredible, but we got to do him right by keep going.
Dave, you mentioned that in your chair and also front office, what do you think can be done to make to have more people, more black people in your chair in the front office?
You know what? I think it's a combo. I think it's certainly reaching out to young kids, scholarships for college. College is something that there's 11.7 scholarships, I think, and to still go to college, when you get 25%, that's still a big number to make up. I said it, I've been on record saying that 20 rounds, I was a 20th round draft pick. So in 2022, I wouldn't have been drafted. I played for 10 years. And the farm teams cut down. I think that limits opportunities for all kids to continue to develop. I think that marketing guys like Mookie, Tim Anderson, Byron Buxton, we're going to see Hunter tomorrow. So people of color can see people on TV that look like them. And so I think it's got to be a concerted effort with Major League Baseball, with the Players Association to come together and get on the same page. So we've got a deal in place, which is great. I love the way that Major League Baseball is working with the Alliance, the Players Alliance. I think that's fantastic. I made a donation today. I encourage all coaches and players to do that. So I think it's just the conversation, just kind of being on the same page.
The donation you're being sent already?
It wasn't that aggressive. I didn't do that much, but I got a lot of other charities. But I made a donation, a good donation.
What about the shoes?
Yeah, these shoes I had last year, and I wanted to break them out today. It's got some great quotes. We're together. George Lombard had these made for me, and the equality on this side, stronger together. There's a unity thing right here. There's the peace. There's my father's initials. So I just felt it was very fitting today, and I appreciate Major League Baseball allowing me to wear a shoe that can make a statement.
Dave, you talk about Jackie Robinson and his impact and his legacy and what he was able to open doors for others. But do you think Major League Baseball, as they honor Jackie Robinson being the 75th anniversary, do you think baseball will highlight other athletes like a Kurt Flood, who also was impactful in baseball and in the sports?
Time will tell. Kurt Flood was very instrumental in baseball, depending on what side of the fence you stand on. But he was certainly instrumental. I don't know that answer, but I do think that Major League Baseball has done a fantastic job in continuing Jackie's legacy. I do.
Is there anything on the management side that you guys have been able to do to the black managers, general managers, executives in sports to be able to discuss the stuff? I know Kenny Williams spoke during the GM meetings, stuff like that.
Well, we're on it. I'm on a DEI committee, Major League Baseball, and Major League Baseball trying to place people of color, gender, in kind of a pipeline program, a diversity pipeline. And so we're on college campuses trying to recruit bright people. But it's hard because, when you go to college and you have an opportunity to earn a living really quickly, in baseball, the industry is just like this song, starting from the bottom, now we're here. So in baseball, as all of us know, you got to start from the bottom, and it's not, you don't get compensated like people would like. So we're out there. We're trying to go to the campuses and get people of color, women, and get them in leadership roles.
Okay, baseball question. Is Tyler Anderson available tonight as a
Tyler Anderson, he'll pitch tonight.
Okay.
He'll
And
pitch tonight.
with the injured guys, Ferguson, how are they kind of, how are those guys kind of addressed?
I think Fergie, I think Tommy is sort of, he's doing really well. Beginning of May makes sense. I think for Fergie, it's sort of the second week of May, and Victor is shortly there behind him. But they're all doing well. Fergie, I think he's throwing a pen today, and he'll throw a simulated game in Rancho, I think, a few days from now.
I don't think Victor's got into a game. Do you know?
No, he's just playing catch. He's just playing catch. I don't think he's even been off a mound. So Victor, again, of those three, he's probably he's the furthest behind.
And with Ferguson,
Yeah.
like, he was pitching spring training games. So it's just a matter of like tapering things off.
No,
or did he slow down?
it was one of his last outing. He had some soreness in his arm, so appreciating what he's gone through the last calendar year, just to kind of back him off and make sure that he's okay.
And then what about Pickford? I know he's not this injured guy, but
Phil is he's pitching. He's on a kind of a build-up with OKC, but he's pitching, and I think he's had 1 or 2 outings, so he's progressing.
Doc, in the perspective of history, what does it mean to you when you think about the fact that you're only one of 3 managers in history to win a World Series for the Dodgers?
Barry, I don't have any words for that. It's very, very humbling when I think it. It's overwhelming is the word. The great managers, and you're talking about who you're talking about, to be in a conversation or to be mentioned like that is just mind-blowing. I would never have imagined myself in this situation.
thank you guys.
Thank you guys.